Okay, so this is the next part of your assess super step, and this particular part talks about networks and graphs. Okay, so you have a library which is called as Network X library. It is a Python package basically which allows you to create, manipulate, study the structure on, apply functions on the complex networks. Okay, so what does Network X exactly provides you? It provides you the tool for the study of structure and dynamics of the social, biological and infrastructure networks. So different kind of networks you can study using this Network X library. It provides you a standard programming interface and a graph implementation. And the practical applications of this particular library are vast. Another thing is that you can work collaboratively using this library. You can work on multidisciplinary projects using this library, and you can it also provides you an interface to the existing algorithms that you may have already written in C, C++ or Fortran. Okay, so even if you have some legacy code with you, you can easily incorporate that using the Network X library. Now with Network X, you can load and store your networks in a standard and non-standard formats. You can generate different types of random and classic networks. You can analyze the network structure. You can build network models. You can design new network algorithms. You can draw the networks. In short, whatever you want to do with your networks, you are able to do that using this Network X package in Python. Okay. Now, the next thing that we have is, we are talking about network, but ये network बनता कैसे? So the concept of networks comes up from the concept of graph theory. So basically, what is a graph? Graph is a set of vertices and edges. So graph में there is a finite set of vertices V, and the edge or the line that is connecting those two vertices or any two vertices is called as edge. Okay. Now each vertex V connecting two destinations or nodes is called a link or an edge. Okay, so C is a vertex, D is a vertex, E is a vertex. Link that is connecting C and E, you either call it as a link or you call it as a edge. Is there an edge between D and C? Is there a connection between D and C? No. Are you understanding? Now, I'm going to ask you questions and I want you to reply to it. Is there an edge between J and G? H and M? What about F and H? Okay. F and K? But can I reach from F to K? How? Absolutely correct. Even though there is no direct path between F and K, still there is an option for me to reach from F to K. Rather, there is not a single option is not there. There are multiple options which are open to me, and they are F से H से J से K तक, F G J K और F G I K, F H L K, F H M L K. Am I right? So what I taught you right now was the concept of direct path and indirect path. When there is an edge between two nodes or two vertices, the connection is called as direct connection. When there is an indirect connection, you can reach from one node to another node not directly but via the third node, then that path is called as an indirect path. So F to K, there is no direct connection, but F to K, there are multiple indirect connections. Am I clear on this? Is there a direct connection between J and M? Is there an indirect path between J and M? Can you tell me one such path? Perfect. Any other path? Anyone else? JKLM? Any other path? JGFHM. Perfect. Any other path? Yes, correct. फिर yeah. So why do you think these paths are necessary? Don't you think these paths are redundant? I'll give you a real life example for this. Assume that all your nodes, they are actually the villages. Okay? And the edges are the roads. Suppose there is a very heavy rainfall and this road gets blocked. Do you think M will be isolated now? No. ये भी रोड ब्लॉक हो जाता है तो now M is isolated. Are you getting it? इसीलिए redundant paths necessary होते हैं नेटवर्क में. इसीलिए redundant paths are necessary in the network. Am I extremely clear on this? Okay. Now, the total number of edges for each node is the degree of that node. Now, degree of node G is the number of links involving I. So, what is the, sorry, I said it wrong. Degree of node I is the number of links involving I. So, now let us take a node J. How many edges are there for J? 1, 2, 3. So what is the degree of node J? 3. Can you quickly tell me degree of node M? F. F, F. H. 4. Perfect. Everyone understood what is a degree? Yes? Okay. Now the connection through the use of multiple edges are called as a path. So for example, FH, ML, HJ, GI is considered as a path. A simple path is when a path does not repeat a node. It is also called as this particular path. You can just read the name. Okay? Euler-Leon path. I am not good at pronunciation, so just read the name and try and understand it. So simple path ऐसा path होता है जिसमें एक node बार बार repeat नहीं होता है. So for example, if I tell you the path has G F, H, L. Is any node getting repeated over here? No. So it is a simple path. Understood? But if I say the path has G, F, H, J, G, I, node G is getting repeated twice. So it is a path, but it is not a simple path. Am I very clear with these definitions? Path में अगर कोई node repeat हो रहा है, then it is not a simple path. Understood? Yes? You want me to repeat it again? You want me to repeat it again? Guys, can you hear me? Is my voice audible? Understood. Okay, good. Let us go to the next concept. The shortest simple path is called as geodisk. Geodisk मतलब जिस path का simple path का length सबसे छोटा है, it is called as a geodisk path. So let us consider the paths between I and J. I have to consider the simple paths between I and J. So one path is IGJ. Second path is IKJ. Another path can be IGFHJ. Are you understanding? Yes or no? IKLHJ. All these are paths from I to J. But out of all these four paths which I showed you, which paths are shortest? It is IGJ या फिर IKJ, right? So these two paths, they will be called as geodisk path. They will be called as what? Geodisk path. Understood? Now, a cycle is a path when the starting point and the ending point is same. Okay? Now, so what can be a cycle? H, M, L, H. Cycle. G, F, H, J, G. Cycle. K, J, G, I, K. Cycle. Are you able to understand the concept of cycle? जहां पर स्टार्टिंग नोड एंड एंडिंग नोड सेम है वो साइकिल कहलाता है. ओके. एंड सिंपल साइकिल क्या होता है? जिसमें स्टार्ट एंड एंड नोड के अलावा और कोई भी नोड रिपीट नहीं हो रहा है. स्टार्ट एंड एंड नोड रिपीट हो सकता है बट उसके अलावा और कुछ भी रिपीट नहीं होना चाहिए. एम आई क्लियर ऑन दिस? नाउ there is a concept of interconnected graph and disconnected graph. What is the concept? Interconnected graph and disconnected graph. So try and understand this concept. यहाँ पे आप किसी भी नोड से किसी दूसरे नोड पे जा सकते हो. The answer is yes. Yes or no? आप किसी भी नोड से किसी भी दूसरे नोड पे जा सकते हो. अगर मैंने आपको कह दिया I से F तक जाओ या I से M तक जाओ, यू आर इन पोजिशन टू गो. H से G तक जाओ, H से K तक जाओ, यू आर इन पोजिशन टू गो. सो दिस ग्राफ इज कॉल्ड एज एन इंटरकनेक्टेड ग्राफ. बट लेट अस से दैट आई टेल यू गो फ्रॉम F to A. इज देयर अ पाथ बिटवीन F to A? नो, नाइदर डायरेक्टली नॉर इंटरडायरेक्टली. इनडायरेक्टली. डायरेक्ट भी नहीं है, इनडायरेक्ट भी नहीं है. Then we call this as disconnected components, because component number 1, component number 2 and component number 3. So my graph has 3 components which are not connected with each other. The graph is said to be disconnected. The graph is not said to be interconnected. Am I very clear with this concept? We say that a graph forms a component only when every node has a path to every other node. We say that a graph will form a component only when there is a path from every node to every other node. Okay, now this diagram typically talks about different types of graphs. Okay, सबसे पहला undirected, जहाँ पे edges में arrows नहीं होते. So I always give this example. See if you are able to understand this example. An undirected graph is like a two-way road. Undirected graph is a two-way road, whereas directed graph is one-way road. Are you understanding? Directed graph में arrows होते हैं. Directed graph में क्या होते हैं? Arrows are there. And you can travel only where the arrows are pointing. Means, let us say that this is node A and this is node B. Can I go from A to B? Yes. But can I go from B to A? No, it is one way. This is node C. Is there a path between B to C? Is there a path between C to B? Yes. What about D to A? A to D? Yes. Undirected में ये question ही नहीं आता है. If I say that in undirected node A and B are connected, it is implied that A to B also path is there and B to A also path is there. Understood? अगर real life example चाहिए तो undirected is like your Facebook friendship, whereas directed is like your Twitter following. I may be following President of India, but President of India is not following me. Are you understanding? That is directed graph. Everyone with me? अभी ये दोनों साथ में साइमल्टेनियसली देखो, साइक्लिक एंड असाइक्लिक. आपको साइकिल पता है ना? यस और नो? जहां पे साइकिल बनता है वो ग्राफ होगा साइक्लिक ग्राफ. जहां पे देयर इज नो साइकिल, देन दैट ग्राफ इज कॉल्ड एज असाइक्लिक ग्राफ. Now follow my pen. Am I creating a cycle? I started from this node, I ended at this node. Remember, you have to follow the arrows because ये directed graph है, तो arrows को follow करना पड़ेगा. I am following arrows over here, correct? So it is a cyclic. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? I can start from here, I can come up till here, but यहाँ से यहाँ तक जाने के लिए path is not there. This path is not present. Now you will tell me कि मैम ये arrow तो है, but the arrow is from the first node to this node. Direction भी important है ना? यहाँ से यहाँ तक आने के बाद I need a arrow like this. Do I have a arrow like this? No, I have a arrow like this. So this graph is called as an acyclic graph. Are you guys with me? Understood the concept of acyclic graph? Yes? Okay. Let us go to the next one, that is weighted and unweighted graph. Now, if there are such weights which are written on the edges, then the graph is said to be weighted graph. If there are no weights which are written on the edges, the graph is said to be an unweighted graph. अभी आप मुझे पूछोगे मैम जब एजेस में वेट्स नहीं लिखे होते हैं तो एज का वेट क्या होता है? द बाय डिफॉल्ट वेट ऑफ एनी एज इज 1. द बाय डिफॉल्ट वेट ऑफ एनी एज इज 1. Are you getting my point? Now I'll tell you one more concept. Let us consider this. what is the cost for going from place A to place D? What is the cost for going from place A to place D? Perfect. What is the cost of going from place A to B? B to C and A to C. Perfect. 11 कैसे मिला? It is 8 plus 3. Everyone with me? Similarly, can you tell me what is the cost of going from here to here? 2. Why 2? Because I told you जब edges को weight नहीं होता है, by default उसका weight क्या होता है? 1. So if you are traversing through 2 edges, it means your cost is 2. Am I extremely clear on this? Okay. Now, what can you observe from these two graphs? The first graph in this 2 is sparse. Sparse means, see, both the graphs are having same number of nodes. Both the graphs are having same number of nodes. What is different in them? What is different in them? The number of paths. In the first graph, as you can see over here, there are very less connections. So we say that it is sparsely connected. Whereas in the second graph, you can literally see that every node has a path to every other node. So we say that this graph is densely connected. We say that this graph is densely connected. Am I very clear on this? सारे ग्राफ समझे आपको? Okay. Now this example which they have given, it is a very big example, and I will like to request you that before my next lecture, please go through this example once. Can you guys do that for me? आपको कुछ भी नहीं समझाना तो भी चलेगा मुझे, but go through it once. Before I teach this to you, एक बार आप ये पढ़ो पूरा example. It's a very big example. See, if you read it, for me teaching it will be easy. And we will be able to save some time in it. And we will be able to do something constructive, more constructive in that time. Okay? So I really request you ki please read this before you come for my next lecture. Can you guys do that for me? So please note down. पेज नंबर 75 से आगे आपको पढ़ते जाना है जब तक वो एग्जाम्पल खत्म नहीं हो जाता है तब तक. यस, यस, नो. हाँ, see, for doing this, we are सबसे पहले we are using network X. Network X समझाना आपको. Pandas may be used if you have some calculations to do. NumPy can also be used, and Matplotlib is used for plotting the things. Okay, the entire code is in Python only. Yes. This is a Python code only. Okay, this is a Python code only. If you see this is a Python code only. Okay, so please do it. And this scheduler वाला thing also we will do it next time, because ये अभी 10 मिनट में होने वाला नहीं है. Okay, so we will do it next time only. Fine. One more thing that I want to introduce you to is, in case you guys remember, we had seen something called as data vault. मैंने आपको data vault का concept unit 1 में explain किया था. So data vault is a technique that is used to manage long-term storage of data from multiple operational systems. Okay, so data vault में 3 चीजें होती है. एक hubs, दूसरे links, तीसरा satellite. So hubs are used to store the business keys. बिजनेस कीज का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ये होता है कि दीज बिजनेस कीज डू नॉट चेंज very frequently. So these are the keys that do not change over time. Okay. Now hub can contain a surrogate key for each hub entry and it will contain some metadata for the business keys. Now दो business keys को connect करने के लिए, दो hubs को connect करने के लिए जो structure है मेरे पास, that is called as link. So link is a structure that can connect two business keys together. तो satellites क्या है? In data vault, the satellite will store the descriptive characteristics about your business data. So जो भी metadata है, जो भी characteristics है, yes, correct. Yeah, and that is what a surrogate key is used for. It is used to recognize each hub entry. So if you have the access to the surrogate key, you can access that entry. Am I right? So जो भी characteristics होता है या descriptive data होता है, that data, chronological data is stored in the satellite. ओके, बिकॉज हब्स में क्रोनोलॉजिकल डेटा स्टोर नहीं होता है, लिंक्स पे क्रोनोलॉजिकल डेटा स्टोर नहीं होता है, तो कहीं पे तो क्रोनोलॉजिकल डेटा स्टोर होना चाहिए, तो वो सैटेलाइट में होता है। सो डेटा वॉल्ट के ये तीन बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर्स है, हब है, लिंक है एंड सैटेलाइट है। अभी एक और चीज जो आता है वो है रेफरेंस सैटेलाइट्स। रेफरेंस सैटेलाइट्स किसी भी हब से या लिंक से कनेक्टेड नहीं होते हैं, तो फिर ये किससे कनेक्टेड होते हैं? रेफरेंस सैटेलाइट्स आर द सैटेलाइट्स विच आर यूज्ड बाय अदर सैटेलाइट्स। रेफरेंस सैटेलाइट्स आर द सैटेलाइट्स विच आर यूज्ड बाय अदर सैटेलाइट्स सो दैट जो भी रिडंडेंट स्टोरेज है, जो रेफरेंस कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है। नाउ यू विल आस्क मी कि मैम रेफरेंस कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स क्या है? सपोज मुझे टाइम जोन स्टोर करना है। अभी टाइम जोन्स अलग अलग सैटेलाइट्स को लग सकता है, करेक्ट? कंट्री कोड्स है, कंट्री कोड अलग अलग सैटेलाइट को लग सकता है, तो ये बार बार हर एक सैटेलाइट में स्टोर क्यों करना है? रेफरेंस सैटेलाइट में स्टोर करो एंड वहां से रेफर करो। सो रेफरेंस सैटेलाइट्स ऐसे सैटेलाइट्स है which are not used by hubs or links but they are used by other satellites. Am I clear on these three terms, guys? Okay. अभी डेटा वॉल्ट में एक डिजाइन प्रिंसिपल है एंड दैट डिजाइन प्रिंसिपल इज कॉल्ड एज TPOLE। इस पे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं। अभी T stands for time, P stands for person, O stands for object, L stands for location and E stands for event. And we say that each of this hub is connected to each other. So person is connected to 4 other things. So person is connected to object, person is connected to event, person is connected to location, person is connected to time. Similarly, time is connected to 4 other things. It is connected to person, object, location and event. Event is connected to 4 other things. Object is connected to 4 other things. Are you understanding what is happening over here in the TPOLE design? So how many linkages are there? There are total 16 links. How many links are there? 16 links are there. Are you guys with me? Yes. So next time what we are going to do is we are going to study time hub में क्या store होता है, time के links कौन से हैं. So there is a time person link, there is a time object link, there is a time location link, there is a time event link. फिर time satellite में क्या क्या store होता है, फिर person का वैसे ही सेम चीज देखेंगे, फिर object का देखेंगे, location का देखेंगे, event का देखेंगे. This is your unit number 4. See, process super step is your unit number 4. ग्राफ वाला जो पार्ट था वो यूनिट 3 का एंड वाला पार्ट था. Understood? Transform super step is there in both units. Half of it is there in unit 4, half of it is there in unit 5. Understood? 2-3 लेक्चर में नहीं, मुझे आगे वाला पार्ट जो है उसमें अल्गोरिदम्स वगैरह है, सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन दोनों का स्पीड, मेरा भी पढ़ाने का स्पीड एंड आप लोगों का भी ग्रास्प करने का स्पीड, तो उस पर डिपेंड करेगा उस अल्गोरिदम्स के लिए कितना टाइम लगेगा. प्रोसेस सुपर स्टेप एंड ग्राफ वाला पार्ट तो नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में खत्म हो जाएगा. एंड नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में नहीं, सी आपने अगर पढ़ाई किया तो क्लियर हो सकता है. वास्ट है डेटा साइंस, वास्ट है, इट इज वास्ट रिलेटिव टू योर अदर सब्जेक्ट्स, इट इज वेरी वास्ट, बट इट इज सिंपल. मतलब हाँ, theoretical questions, yes, if you know the concepts you can write something. हाँ, okay, so we will stop over here. Next time what I wish to do is I need to complete the process super step वाला chapter next time. Okay, next time ये सब भी करना है हमें. So you know, till event hub I am going to run next time, because simple चीजें, ज़्यादा explain करने जैसा कुछ नहीं है उसमें. So and then we will concentrate on the part, I am not sure about it. I am not so sure about it. I'll let you know. Okay, I'll let you know. Maybe there will be a lecture on Wednesday. I may take a lecture on Wednesday, 6 to 8. Okay. So Wednesday there is a high chance that lecture will be there. So when, just give me a minute.